so it's a little bit late, but I'm gonna switch on to manual water. Alright, so an update for the Nugent garden, Staten Island, New York. Space is limited here in the city. We don't have all those yards you folks have in Jersey. So we get creative with things. That's what we gotta do. So these are the spaghetti squash. Planted 12, I think 8 survived or popped. And we've built it a little bit of a network for climbing because they do climb. There's also some zucchini here where some of the other ones didn't pop, right here and here. So these went in the ground, oh, I'd say 6 weeks ago. As you can see, the sprinklers here. Got a sprinkler set up here, kind of strung up on the top of these wires. And then you go to the top deck, and you've got network number 2. So eventually, you know, we've got some lines that run down and just kind of get them to that first level. See, and you'll see there's some loops in these lines. There's also a set underneath here with loops in them as well, and we'll run wires, kind of a vertical, you know, from these up to these, and we'll have a net meshing, and we'll get creative with it, I'm sure, as it goes along. Kind of play it by ear, and then you know, once they reach the top, we're kind of fucked. I don't know. Well, it'll definitely get there. I mean, last year, if you can see this, they went to the top of these. Here's the wire from last year. Went all the way up there, ran that wire from here. So, I mean, that's another 5 feet up. We'll see what happens. Should be exciting. Then we come over to the wall, which is, well, the fence. So last year we had a bunch of hanging. You can see all the drippers just kind of chilling out. I took down all that stuff. It was making the fence bow a lot. And this year I think what I'm going to do, you can see down here, these are zucchini. And then these squash actually went on the ground about 2 weeks ago. And they're really pretty much at the same pace. That's a blueberry bush. Hello, little blueberries. They're really basically where the other ones are at 6 weeks. And that's, you know, these are in the air pots, those are in the ground. And then this little guy here is this zucchini. The zucchini went in about 2 weeks ago. So they're a little bit smaller than the squash at this point. Haven't really put any peppers or anything else in there. I've just kind of overloaded on squash. Last year I had a little issue. You can see these drippers are just kind of jerry-rigged. They're stuck there in the fence. Oop, that's water on the phone. You know, this guy here, just so that they drip down here, and they get watered a couple times a day at this point in the summer. And I'm going to build a new system here where I'll have these won't be on the ground. They'll probably be at this level, and then I'll do another one at this level, and then, you know, towards the top, you know, a little bit lower than I was last year because they were starting to make everything really bow on this fence. And that'll allow me to kind of go from, you know, needing all this top room to just being able to probably put it all in this one section here where I have my patio. Plus, you know, the pool over here splashes and people get jiggy with it. So it'll eliminate them getting wet. They did last year, and some of these over here got a little bit. There's the owl. I had strawberries last year. They didn't come back this year. This guy kept the birds at bay with those. I might get strawberries if they're still at the store. But other than that, you know, that's it. That's where we are. You know, when things get a little bit further along towards this top thing, I'll give you another update. But yeah, these little guys here. Zucchini again. You know, I planted 12, you know, 4 rows of 4. And I got 2 in this row, 2 in this row, you know, 3 in this row, and then 1. Actually, this is another one that just popped. I must have buried it pretty deep. But he's tiny. He just popped, not too bad. And then also a little bit of magic from last year. Didn't do anything for these girls, but some tomato plants that I've seen to have sprouted from last year's green tomatoes. My girls don't know the difference between picking a fruit that's ripe or not. So a lot of tomatoes had some casualties. But yeah, sprinkler system. All automated. Never have to worry about anything running out. But yeah, we'll see you later.